Before we get this show on the road, I'd like to say this video is sponsored by OneFootball. It's a fantastic football app that compiles all the latest news and match updates, because if you're unlucky, unlike me, and you don't get to see your team's games, then OneFootball will help you out. Also, it gives you so many great transfer rumours as well. They're fantastic. I mean, Peter Crouch to Chelsea. Couldn't make it up. Anyway guys, enjoy!
C99 out the Fir Park Tunnel.
Top 6 football games that I've been to. Shout out to Luke Simpson for giving the suggestion, and if you want the chance to be featured in the next video, then just leave a suggestion like this, top 6 whatever, because it's all football related. Top 6, like just top players that you've seen, or top away days, or just something along those lines. I mean, there's plenty out there. It's not exactly a niche subject, is it? Just go with the flow and see what you can come up with, and if I think it's a great suggestion, then I'll give you a shout out like I've just done with Mr. Simpson here. It's also relevant because I want to just bring up the fact that Motherwell are actually in the top 6 at the time that I'm recording this video. I mean, don't know if that'll happen again, but let's see if it does. Anyway, top 6 games that I've been to. Also, I'll have some honorary mentions as well, because there's not just 6 great games that I've been to. I've been to a lot more. I just want to give a lot more mentions. But I've got some stories to tell about some of these games that I've been to as well, because they were very interesting days out, I'll have you know. In at number 6, it wasn't really a great day out, if I remember rightly. It was back to Sunday the 6th of September 2009. Motherwell versus Manchester United 11. I mean, the Raphael brothers were playing. Pretty sure Giggs came up, but I don't think Sir Alex did. We won 1-0. Thanks to a Giles Coke goal in the 55th minute. I still remember that. We beat Manchester United 1-0. Yes, it was the reserves, but still, it's Man United. So that game was 9 years ago. This year. It's been so long. I couldn't find the highlights anywhere, because back in 2009 there was like no teams on the internet that would post highlights to YouTube. I just still haven't found the highlights anywhere. But I can tell you, I'm pretty sure if I remember rightly, Giles Coke, I think it was a 1-2, balls played through to him and he digged it over the keeper, ball went in off the post. And the funny thing was, the two guys I was with, both people I've never featured on the channel, we were sitting about 3 seats along from the actual photo. If I can get it, I'll get it on the screen now. The actual photo that was taken, we were sitting 3 seats along to the right. We were in the bottom row, 3 seats along to the right of where the photo was just shot. Giles Coke, he only spent 1 year at Motherwell. He's just a man of many talents, isn't he? That was like right back at the beginning of the era of signing players from the lower leagues of England. But it wasn't really a great day out, let's be honest. My dad will understand why. He knows. But I just thought I'd just like to say the fact that we've beaten Man United, we're undefeated. No, I just wanted to get the point across. For those who are still saying that Motherwell are a tin pot team or anything like that, I mean, we're undefeated against Man United, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, Man City, Barcelona, Real Madrid. I could go on. And at number 5, we've got my debut at Fir Park. This has to be on this list for one reason and one reason only. We beat Kilmarnock 5-0. High fives all round, everyone. But that was a fantastic day. I don't remember much about it, but there is a segment that I have included on the channel before. It was my Lad of Steel documentary. It was just me supporting Motherwell as a boy and just growing up. That's why it's called Lad of Steel. I'm not really a man yet. I don't count myself as a man yet, although I'm 18, but I'm still very much a boy. Therefore, the perfect mix of adult and child bad. I do remember us being 3-0 up after 20 minutes and Scott McDonald scored twice in the last 10 minutes to win 5-0. God knows what happened in between that, but I won 5-0. I'm pretty sure Dad was meant to be going in hospitality that day, but then I said, like, on the Friday night, I was like, no, I want to go, and Dad was like, nah, can I say no? So I just got the chance to go. We sat in the East Stand. I'm pretty sure we were like at the halfway line. I can't remember much about it. Mark Reynolds scored. Brian Kerr, Richie Forden as well, I'm pretty sure. It's funny because like Dad met so many people that I knew when we were in the East Stand, and like I was like, Dad, is everyone you know a Motherwell fan? That did make him smile. And the only bad thing about that day that I remember was I got stung by a wasp. I mean, that just goes to show, as a Motherwell fan, it's not all perfect. And at number 4, we've got a very special one. This game actually took 2 attempts to be played. Back in February 2012. So soon enough it will be the 6-year anniversary of this game being played. We played against Hibs, I think it was back in November of the previous year, so 2011. It was a Friday night fixture. I had football training that night, so I had to tell my pal Jack's dad, because my pal Jack, who I've featured many times on the channel before, but more in the early years, because he actually lived here in Fife. Editing it now, I forgot to mention that Jack's dad was actually the coach. So before you think of just mentioning random people, no, he was the coach. I had to. No, just continue, Goggsy. So I told Keith that I wasn't going to make it for the Friday training because we had the game on Sunday, because I wanted to go to the Motherwell game. Believe it or not, back then I didn't go to many games. I'm pretty sure I went to only about 8 or 9 games that season, because I basically relied on my dad for just getting to the game. Playing against Hibs, 1-0 down. I think it was Osborne who scored. I can't actually remember. So 1-0 down at half time. Game's gonna go in the second half, and then the floodlight fails, and the game's abandoned, and we effectively get beat 1-0. But the game got abandoned, so it had to be replayed. So that's only ever happened twice to me in my life that I've seen a game abandoned. Then the replayed match, played on the 22nd of February the next year, we beat Hibs 4-3, and again I've struggled to find highlights. Like each of these 3 games that I've mentioned so far, I've struggled to find highlights of, but there is one that someone just recorded with their phone on a TV screen. I'm not going to show it because it's terrible quality, but in fact no, I will show you Michael Higden's overhead kick. That was Michael Higden Day, the day that he scored a hat-trick, 2 penalties and 1 overhead kick. Fantastic day to be alive. And I just remember walking into the school the next day. I'm pretty sure it was how old was I? I'm pretty sure I was in 1st year at high school. I just remember walking into school, I was just like, hey, we won last night. Did your team win? No, because they weren't playing. But still, I still got that feeling throughout my life as a school student. As a student, basically, whenever Motherwell win, I have a good day the next day, or have a good week. Whenever we get beat, even if it's just 1-0 by Partick Thistle, I still have a terrible week. It's just that momentum that I get. I'm pretty sure everyone else is in the same boat when I mentioned this. But yes, that game was fantastic. Back on the subject of me missing football training because of the first game, I was actually in the Daily Record the next day. On the back page, I'm pretty sure, there was just a picture of me just smiling in the foreground, just picking up 2 free tickets, and there were cameramen all over the place taking photos of people in the queues to get their free tickets for the rearranged match. It was just crazy. And I was in the paper on the Saturday, and I remember going round to my pal Jim Jam, who will be in the vlog tomorrow. I remember going to Jim Jam's gaff, and as soon as he opened the door, I just brandished the picture of me in the foreground, just standing waiting to get my ticket. Oh, it was just some laugh. On the Sunday before the match, I can't remember who we were playing or what was happening that day, but I remember everyone was like, Gordon, because of course this was back when I was Gordon. These were the early days of me, even before being called Goggsy. Everyone was like, so that's why you weren't at training on Friday, but I still got a game. I'm pretty sure I scored that day as well, so it's all good in the hood. In at number 3 in qualifying for Europe. I wish we were. We've got to go for Celtic 1, Motherwell 2. On the 19th of December 2015 or 2016. Also recorded a video just telling the story of how I got lost in Glasgow that day, because that was my first proper day out in Glasgow on my own, because I didn't have any friends back then. I have proof of me going to the game, because this is actually the ticket. I've lost a football ticket, but this is the train ticket that I've kept. I'm going to put it on the wall here for a background. But aye, Cooper to Dalmarnock. It cost me £15.35. It was a child ticket, because of course although I was 16 I still like to get away with a child ticket. But honestly, that was the day that I just sat on the train on the way home and just thought, travelling to see Motherwell play, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. Well, it is one of the things, but I'm a lot more ambitious than that, trust me. But I do want to forever go see Motherwell play, because I mean, who wouldn't want to go see their team play week in, week out? But yes, this was the game. We won 2-1 after being 1-0 down, near beaten scored early on in the second half. Then Louis Moult. This was the game that made me just think, oh, Louis Moult, what a G. But yeah, absolutely fantastic day out. The only thing that would have made it better would have been if I had friends to go to the game with. But now I do, so I'm forever grateful about that. In at number 2, and we're going for a recent one, Aberdeen 0, Motherwell 2, 18th of November 2017. Before the turn of the year, it was the last time we won a game. Honestly, is there anything else I need to say? I mean, I'm pretty sure I've hinted on videos before about what actually happened that night. I will not disclose that here. That is just being saved for a rainy day. Well, in Scotland it's easy to get a rainy day, but for a really rainy day it's got to be probably it'll be the last words I say on this earth, because honestly it was such a fantastic night. I smile every time I think about that night, because it was just, oh my god. After the game, of course, I went with Charlie, Declan. I met John, Fraser and Jamie in Dundee as well. Honestly, I could not have asked for a better night after Motherwell winning at Pittodrie. Oh, gave me such a rush. Pretty sure that was my longest ever hangover as well. Let's just say I landed an Apache helicopter. That's just it. Whenever I think about that night, I just want to rant and rave about it, because it was just so good. Loved it. A night out with the lads, you can't beat it. Especially after a Motherwell victory. Before we go any further on the top 6 games I've been to, I just want to give some honorary mentions. Tomorrow we're playing Dundee in the Scottish Cup. I want to mention the game that we beat Dundee 4-0 on the 9th of January 2011. It's not just the fact that we beat Dundee 4-0, it's the fact that a good friend of mine, Colin, who's unfortunately no longer with us, I remember at half time we had a bit of a snowball fight and the stewards told us to stop. That memory will forever live long in my mind, because in fact Colin was such a great guy, and I wish I spent more time with him. I wish I actually got a photo with him, because I don't, and oh, honestly, he was one of my favourite guys in the world. It's just a shame he's no longer with us. Also, I've got to mention the game previously this season. We beat Dundee 1-0 at Dens Park. We went out to Liquid after the game. I went international. That was also a very good night out. Also, another mention to beating Dundee United 4-0 in 2009, 18th of January. I think I can name 3 of the 4 goal scorers. I know Maros Klimpel scored, David Clarkson scored, and Chris Porter scored the 4th. That goal made me start crying of happiness, because I just had such a grudge against Dundee United for some bizarre reason, probably because of what I'm just about to tell you. At my primary school, there were a lot of Dundee United fans. I didn't get on with them. At that time, I actually hated Dundee United. I don't now, but back then, because back then I just like when everyone's so childish, you just get slagged so much when you don't support a team that's like in the norm, such as like at my primary school there were Rangers, Celtic, Dundee United fans. I think those were top 3 supported clubs at my school. But yeah, beating Dundee United 4-0, that was just a getter right up here because it just was. Also got to mention the game we beat Dundee United 3-0 a couple of seasons back. I spent a Jack Nicklaus fiver to get into that game. Honestly, that was such a sacrifice, but still, it was worth it. Motherwell won. That night, my mum didn't actually want me to go to the game either. I was like, "Mum, it's in Dundee. I'll be back home by 11. I forgot how bad the audio was on the old camera. That season I only missed 5 games as well. Remember that. That was the last season I actually missed a game so far. Also got to give a massive shout out to the only European game I've seen Motherwell win, against Breidablik of Iceland. Ross Forbes scored. We won the game 1-0. I think a ball came into the box and he just slid in, and it was about an hour played. And Jamie Murphy scored in the second leg, and we won 1-0 in Iceland as well. That season we also beat Olleson's 4-1 on aggregate. My dad was at the second leg at home. I was on holiday. Now, back in the days that Motherwell constantly qualified for Europe, I was usually on holiday when we won games. I'm just saying. I even missed us beating Flamertari 8-1. But if that were to happen nowadays, Mum, I'm coming home from holiday early because I can't miss a Motherwell game. Ever. That's just it now. I feel like it's my duty to go support the boys week in, week out. Also got to give massive shout outs to the wins up in the Highlands, like for example midweek we beat Inverness 2-1, Ross County 2-1, especially after that day at Ibrox. Just stuff I've mentioned before. Beating Accies, that's always a good feeling. Also a shout out to the best day of my life. We beat Stirling 2-0 in a friendly on my birthday, 1st of July 2017. But then of course it was my party afterwards, which is why it's the best day of my life so far, because Motherwell on my birthday, I've never seen that happen before. I've never seen Motherwell play on my birthday, never been to a game on my birthday before, because it's close season time. Also the fact that basically all the people that are close to me in my life were at my party, and that's all I can ask for really. It was just the greatest day of my life. And also let's give a wee ode to Motherwell's cup run of the Betfred Cup, because of course I went to every game, saw us get to a final. Nothing big really. Also got to give a massive shout out to the playoff game. We beat Rangers 3-0. That was a crazy game, the craziest game of my life I've ever been to. I'm surprised I didn't actually feature this in my top 10, but the top 6 at Egypt was number 1 is the game we beat Rangers at Hampden 2-0. Because I was using a Rangers game anyway, I thought, I don't want anyone to think I'm obsessed, do I? So, we've got to mention this. I mean, what a day. What a day. Wait, am I talking about the playoff final or the cup semi-final? Right, playoff final, of course, I went viral because of this thing. And, yeah, that was the first time I properly had an experience with Rangers fans. But because the cup semi-final, this is number 1 because of the beef I've had with Rangers fans before, and also the fact it was a cup semi-final against Rangers and we beat them 2-0. Louis Moult will forever be one of my favourite Motherwell players of all time, just because he came up with so many important goals. Rangers at Hampden, I lost my voice. I walked into college the next day, still absolutely smashed. It was a great day. I mean, really, should I go further? I don't know, because a lot of subscribers I have are Rangers fans, so you'll be wanting me to shut up now. Anyway, that's my top 6 football matches I've ever been to, plus some extra honorary mentions. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video or find it informative or anything like that. I will try my best to get a background sorted, and I'll probably try and stand up for the next episode. I'm sorry it's taken so long to get this video done, but it's taken a lot of thought. I've been so busy the last few weeks, so we've just got to go with it. But yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like down below if you want more of this snazzy content. Subscribe if you're new. I'm goggsysaan, I bet you're sure. There'll be so many points I've forgotten to bring up in this video, but I'll rectify it another time. I'll see you later guys. Take care.